Angel Hinickle is a resource conservation specialist with the Tompkins County Soil and Water Conservation District. She's a certified professional in erosion and sediment control and holds a master's in science and environmental science and policy with a focus on water resources management. She's a manager for the Stormwater Coalition of Tompkins County, helps do the stormwater pollution prevention plans at the municipal level. She reviews them and implements erosion sediment control projects using compost-based BMPs, along with the district's engineer implements a stream program. So without any further ado.
All right, thanks, Kristen. All set. So I guess I have a few slides here. I just wanted to show quick. I guess I deal more on the other side. I don't deal too much with ag. I deal more with the roadside erosion, near bridges or roadways, and then private landowners. So it's kind of an array of different sites that I see for stream projects, but also in anything we do, we plan a buffer. So even if it is pretty minimal. So I just wanted to show a couple things, projects that have been done this was last year. This was Carter Creek Road in Newfield, and this was some pictures after the 2015 floods. And some funds came through to stabilize the road. So this was, the town obviously owns the road, and then everything else beyond the road is Cornell Botanic Garden. So we worked with Cornell on this, but it did end up being a riprap project, so to protect the roadway, but we did use compost over the riprap. So in order that we could get material planted on there, we could get at least some vegetation back there, some trees. We did seed mix, but these, I just wanted to show that we come into a lot of these sites where the erosion is really severe. It's taken out a road, it is about to take out a road or take out somebody's property, or where there is a septic system. So this is kind of a little bit different. Obviously your buffer is not going to be huge here because the road is right there, but still. And so, riprap and using riprap is kind of, what people think about it is varied. So, because of some of the impacts, the heating impacts on the stream. So we thought, could we use compost over it so that rock is not showing, and we can get some vegetation over that. So this is the buffer planted. I actually, this was the initial planting to the left, and then to the middle ones shows what it looked like probably 2 weeks ago when I went out there. So the left and the right are the same, and then the third one all the way to that right is the picture I showed with the snow on the last slide there. So you could see that compost allowed the vegetation to go pretty low. With some flooding, you can see some of the riprap is showing at the bottom where the water flow is. But we had, in addition to the plantings, you can see definitely agree on that one. We tube everything, or we place it in some protective netting, because they will eat it. And then we also do usually put on a seed mix, and that seed mix, everything was specified and approved by Cornell Botanic Gardens, and they were actually out there and they assessed the site. They assessed what lived, what was there, what died, just because that was the agreement with Cornell Botanic Gardens. And they had approved design, they had to approve the planting on that site. So and then this is a current project we're working on in Salmon Creek. There's a couple meander bends there, and there is, for about this site, where we've got about 1,000 feet, and that's what it looks like right there. There's some very large trees falling in. The one there is pretty much fallen into the stream. And then it just keeps, those two meanders keep moving over and over. So the road is threatened on the second one, and then upstream it's threatening a vegetated treatment area for a farm. This one, a lot bigger buffer on this one. So you could see the project going in with floodplain benches on the right there, well, we call it stream right. So that's where the stream's kind of being moved over. And the picture on the right shows the equipment creating that floodplain bench. So what's really important here is that the stream can get up and it can get out on a floodplain, and it can spread out on that floodplain, and it can slow down. When you have really entrenched streams like that, it can't get out of that stream, it can't move. So we're now going to have a pretty, I mean, it's about each level. So this changed during construction. It was supposed to be a straight bench back. There wasn't supposed to be those 2 layers, but things change. You get out there, construction, but it's about 12 feet each layer there. But then on the other side, you've got over 100 feet there. You could see them putting in the bench there with the soil or the stream material. We have to dewater all our projects, so you don't see the stream. You see some water, but that's because of, you have base flow. It is a stream. The stream is actually over, it was diverted through another channel while work was going on. But this was just recently planted, so obviously we got planting done. This seems to always happen with stream projects. Once you work in the stream, you get a flood. So we got this done, and it flooded in the Halloween rain event that we got. That's the stream left, shown in this first picture, where you've got, and I don't have tubes on everything. I've been waiting on more material because we did buy larger material. Most of the stuff was 3 feet or larger, and the deer are just still, it's like a buffet. They found it, and they're eating it. So I need to get out there and protect the rest. But you could see on the right, we also are using a layer of compost there just to help things get started, to help our seed just take off. I've had a grant in the past to use compost-based BMPs, and it just helps just get cover on there so much quicker, and just really helps that when we dig our holes, we bring the compost with us, we put it in the hole, and then they actually, everything but one plant that we planted there, and we planted hundreds, survived the flooding. Our compost, of course, it didn't survive as well. It got kind of washed on that bench, but still one plant came out, which is pretty good for, just planting it and have a flood event. But everything that I could tube, I've tubed, but then I had to order, rolls of mesh where we can roll it out and we can cut it. So we're in the process of doing that. And we still have another 600 feet of stream to go here. So this is, that shows the floodplain bench, that shows the other side, and then there's woods beyond that. But yeah, but there is, there is the knotweed, and there's multiflora rose. There's a lot of things here that we've had to deal with. So, and then just protection of buffers, I just threw this in there quickly because just seeing this on projects where, especially solar projects, where they don't want the shading, they don't want the trees, I'm seeing areas of buffers just get taken out and on streams, and, through sometimes you can prevent it, sometimes you can't. I'm more or less just involved in the review, but this is kind of a smaller stream where, which was pretty well vegetated, and it just gets opened up for because of that. So just something to think about, just some things I'm seeing, just some of our experiences and kind of what we're dealing with. We're planting these buffers on all our projects, but it might be, pretty minimal in some areas. But anything that I work on, and especially the projects that I show, I really got to give credit to the towns and the highway superintendents who, are really excellent. And this is why, they're really a driving force in these projects moving forward.